Hello students, today we are going to see how to solve numericals of potentiometer part 1. Now I have generally divided the questions based on potentiometer numericals. I have generally divided them into direct and indirect method. So one I am calling as direct, another I am calling as indirect. Now what is direct? Direct means directly on the based on the formula. What are the two formulas we have? We have two formulas. One is the EMF formula, that means your E2 by E1 is equal to L2 by L1. So, sorry, one of them is your unknown and one of them is known, and basically out of these four, three will be known, one will be unknown. For example, a question like this, which is there on the screen. If you read this question, the question says, a cell of EMF 1.25 volt gives a balance point at 35 centimeter length of potentiometer wire. For another cell, the balance point shifts to 63 centimeter. What is EMF of second cell? So we have E2 we don't know here, that is the question. E1 we know, it is 1.25 volt, and for this E2, L2 is 63 centimeter, and for L1 it is equal to 35 centimeter. And then we use this formula and then we solve it. If you solve it, you will get the value of E2 by E1 is equal to L2 by L1. L2 is 63, L1 is 35, and E1 is 1.25. So E2 will be equal to 1.25 into 63 divided by 35, and that will give you the final answer. Answer will be 2.25. And this will be equal to 2.25 volt as your answer. That is question number 1. There is one more formula for potentiometer, and that formula is internal resistance equals to R L by L dash minus 1. The previous video of mine will tell you that L is the balancing length without making it short circuit with the resistance, and L dash is the length when we make the EMF short circuit with resistance R. That means L dash is the length when R is present in the circuit, and L is the length when R is not present in the circuit. As simple as that. So if you read this question number 2 over here, it says a cell gives a balance point with 85 cm of a potentiometer wire when the terminals of the cell are shorted through a resistance. That means the EMF, the unknown, the EMF with the internal resistance is shorted through a resistance. That means switch. For us, it means switch is closed for R to appear in the circuit. Okay. Through a resistance of 7.5 ohm. This is 7.5 ohm, the R value. Obtained a balance is obtained at 75 centimeter. That means your L dash is 75 centimeter. Your L was equal to 85 centimeter. Your R is equal to 7.5 ohm. And the question is find the internal resistance of the cell, and then you have to find the value of small r. And when it's direct formula based, small r, this is question number 2. So small r will be equal to capital R, L by L dash minus 1. R is equal to 7.5, L is equal to 85, L dash is equal to 75 minus 1. If you do the simplification, you will get the answer as 1 ohm as your final answer. It is the indirect method which is slightly critical, or you can say it needs more understanding. When a potentiometer question is presented to you, you have to think many things. Many things should go in your mind, and that is what I am going to discuss today now. And I will bring one more video on this with some more questions based on this. So consider that you have a potentiometer wire. You have this as a potentiometer wire. from here till here, this is your primary EMF. It may have internal resistance, it may not have, it's totally up to you. This is E naught. And then we have a rheostat. Let us say that the value of rheostat is R naught. This is your unknown EMF, let us say, or known EMF, whichever way it is, and this is your internal resistance R. This is the balancing line. Okay. Now, one thing, please keep one thing in mind, that this potentiometer wire, whose total length is L, definitely will have some resistance called RL. Because this potentiometer wire, as I told you in meter bridge, this bridge wire or potentiometer wire, they are made up of some special alloy called manganese or manganese, nichrome or manganese. Okay. So definitely they have some resistance. Okay. So you cannot ignore this resistance over here. Now in question, they will look. You have to look for this length of the potentiometer wire or this resistance RL, which will be given to you, the entire resistance of the circuit. If these two are given to you, can you find this part, resistance per unit length? This will have a unit called ohm per centimeter. Now why I am saying this? If ohm per centimeter is given to you, still you can find the total resistance of the potentiometer wire. Okay? So sometimes the question tells you the ohm per centimeter of this wire and the length they will give you so that you can find RL. Or sometimes they will give you the total RL directly. Or sometimes they will give you the value of length. And this is all, I have already covered this, and ohm per centimeter so that you can find the value of RL. So look for this catch. It is the first catch if it is present there. The idea here is either you should know the idea here is you should know the total resistance of the potentiometer wire. Now if I say that the balancing length is L, can we find the resistance of the balancing length? Yes. So let us say the resistance of the balancing length is R small l. How will you find R small l now? R small l I can find by using this logic of RL divided by L multiplied by small l. If RL is the total resistance of a length of L, that means resistance per unit length will give you resistance per centimeter multiplied by resistance L. Multiply by length small l to get a resistance of length L. In your childhood days, we used to call this as unitary method. If RL is equal to length L, this, that, so you can find the resistance of length L. Okay? I hope this is clear to you. Okay. So this is the first thing which you should know. Second thing you have to look for here in this type of questions are you in a position to find the current in this primary circuit or not? Or sometimes the question will ask you to find the current in the primary circuit, or sometimes the current will be given to you and some unknown parameter like rheostat value or internal resistance or this something they will ask you to find. So there is an equation which relates the current in the entire circuit. Now if you consider this whole circuit as a primary circuit, in this circuit how many resistors are there which are in series? So this is in series, R capital L in series, R naught in series and small r in series. So in the balance condition where this is not there, the entire current is flowing in this circuit, boom 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 like this. So this is RL, R naught, R. So EMF E naught divided by RL plus R naught. Now important part is in some of the questions this may be there, may not be there. This may be there, may not be there. So this is the internal resistance of this E naught. Okay. So it may be there, it may not be there, if any. Oh, this will be always there. This will be always there. So this is, I got the current. Now if I know the current, what will happen if I multiply current with this resistance from here to here? So potential drop across length L. So across any length L, potential drop across length L will be equal to the current which you have found multiplied by the resistance of length small l. What that will give you? That will give you the balancing EMF on this side, because of the balance condition, potential drop here and potential drop here will be same. So that is nothing but equals to EMF. The EMF which you are looking for. Okay. The other thing which is commonly found in this type of questions are, when you have to how to deal with those things, is the term called potential gradient. Potential gradient means the potential difference divided by the length L across which you have found the potential. Suppose I know the potential difference across this, that is equal to EMF E or V1, let us say V1 divided by length L. So if this is V1, remember we found V1 was I times of RL, correct, for that length L. So V1 by L. So if this is V1 divided by L, that means this is the potential difference, potential gradient of this much of length. Now never forget this part, that when you are dealing with potential gradient, never forget this, that in a potentiometer board, potential gradient is constant. It's always constant for a given setup. So if this V by this L must be equal to this V by this L. So if I consider this as V2 by length L2, so this is L1, L2. So if somebody is giving that this is the potential and balancing length is L1, find this one, you can do that with the potential gradient. You can play around with that. So if this is your V2, then that divided by L2 will be the potential gradient. Or if you want to find potential gradient, remember one thing, that we have found the value of I, correct? Once you get the value of I, now if they ask you what is the potential difference across RL, that will be equal to I times of RL. But there is a difference here. This is R small l, this is R capital L, because I want to know what is the potential difference across the entire RL. So that is the I times of RL. And now if I divide both the side by capital L, what I have got? I have got potential difference divided by length across which I have found, and this is nothing but potential gradient. And once you get gradient across any length, gradient throughout will remain same. Okay? I will discuss one question now. Hopefully it will be clear to you. Yeah. Okay, this I need. The question says like this: a potentiometer wire of length 200 centimeter. Hang on, now we will start compiling the data. 200 centimeter has a resistance per unit length of 0.02 ohm per centimeter. Has a resistance of 0.02 ohm per centimeter. Let's first deal with the total length. If total length is 200 centimeter and each centimeter has 0.02, that means the total resistance of the entire potentiometer wire will be equal to 0.02 ohm per centimeter multiplied by total length 200 centimeter, and that will give me the answer as 4 ohm. Okay, so this is not given, we found right away. Connected to a primary source of EMF 5 volt, so E naught is equal to 5 volt. Of negligible internal resistance, this has become 0 for me in this case now. But a rheostat is used at 6 ohm. At 6 ohm to get a desired deflection. So this is given to me. Find the current in the primary circuit at the balanced conditions. Find the current in the primary circuit. Now, current in the primary circuit will be equal to E naught divided by R L plus R naught. EMF is equal to given as 5 volt. Okay, so EMF is 5 volt divided by RL. We have found the value of RL. RL is 4 ohm plus small r is 0 plus R naught is 6 ohm, and that is equal to 5 by 10, that is equal to 0.5 ampere. So I got the value of current. Find the potential drop across the potentiometer wire. So I want to know what is the potential drop across the potentiometer wire. Now what is the resistance of the potentiometer wire? Resistance of the potentiometer wire is RL, which is equal to 4 ohm. So potential drop across the potentiometer wire will be equal to I times of RL. And that is equal to 0.5 multiplied by 4, and that is equal to 2 volt. Yeah. And the question continues. And then find the potential gradient. And what is the potential gradient now? I got the potential. Potential is 2 volt. Over how much length? Over a length of 200 centimeter. So potential gradient will be equal to 200 divided by 2. So, my fault. 2 volt divided by 200 centimeter, and that is equal to 2 to get cancelled out, 0.01 volt per centimeter. Third part of the question. How much EMF can be balanced over a length of 40 centimeter? If your L is 40 centimeter, how much EMF you can balance? Okay. Since you have found the potential gradient, what is the potential gradient? Potential gradient is 0.01 volt per centimeter. That means each 1 centimeter can balance 0.01 volt. Each centimeter. How much? 40 centimeter multiplied by 40 centimeter is equal to the EMF which can be balanced. So centimeter goes out, and this will give you 0.4 volt can be balanced over a length of 40 centimeter. Now just imagine if I have to do this in an alternate method. This is alternate method also. The last part especially, alternate method. Alternate method will be like this. I will directly find the resistance RL. Okay. So this EMF, if I go as per the book, this EMF must be equal to the current flowing in the circuit multiplied by this resistance directly. Now what is this resistance? This resistance is the resistance of length 40 centimeter. What is the question? Question says that 200 centimeter is 4 ohm and that 0.02 ohm per centimeter is the resistance per unit length. So how much is the resistance for a length of 40 centimeter? So that is equal to 0.02 multiplied by 40. 0.02 ohm per centimeter. Do the, or you can do the unitary method like this. It's better you understand the unitary method here. 200 centimeter is equal to 4 ohm. Right? Correct? Is equal to 4 ohm. So 1 centimeter is equal to 4 ohm by 200. Therefore, 40 centimeter will be equal to 4 ohm by 200 multiplied by 40. Correct? And that is equal to 4 4s are 8. 8 divided by 2. That is 4 4 is 16. 1.6, that is 0.8. 0.8 ohm. That is what you will get. So, current was found as 0.5 ohm in my very first step, and resistance how much? R, and we have a resistance of 0.8, and that is equal to 0.4 volt. This is EMF, sorry. I times of RL, and that is equal to 0.4 volt. So here I found the potential gradient, I continued with that, and here I found the resistance of that much amount of part of the wire only, and then since I found the resistance of that much of part, I multiplied by the current, and then that is another way of finding the answer. All these things are there in the notes. Take time, okay? You take your time to understand this. Definitely you will get a good hand on this if you keep practicing. See you in the other video with some more numericals. Thank you for watching.